Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Malik Ahmad, President of this august institution, General Javed sir, Malik AhmadKhan-Official, General Sri Bade sir, General Sahib of Sheikh Sahib, Shahid sir. I apologize for the list given to me. Probably the guests have been substituted with the esteemed Business Commissioner who has worked in his capacity for time, steering this process. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the faculty, dear students, I'm really thankful to Ibrahim sir for organizing such a meaningful dialogue. I spoke to him a week ago, and as a concerned citizen, I was looking at my educational institutions. With such big happenings, whatever the merits of this treaty, whatever the legal aspect of this treaty, whatever the engineering permissions were given in this treaty, whatever the bilateral arrangement was, leave that aside. But as I know what is life, and as a public perception, I know that life is being snatched from me by a hostile neighbor. And I was wondering whether my intelligentsia, my academia, my people, those who matter in forming public opinions, are they vigilant? Are they looking into the details that what arrangement we had and what was credited to us? What our previous generations credited to us? What my children will have from me? Is our people thinking of that? I spoke to a couple of my friends in different institutions, academic institutions, and I requested them. The gentlemen, you need to stand up. You need to bring in the expertise of your educational institutions. And UMT is one of those institutions about which I keep on hearing good things. I keep on hearing good researches, I keep on hearing good arrangements they have made. So I was inclined to call Ibrahim sir and request him to know your call. And really, I was pleased to see Mr. Sufi's name here, because I, as a student, have been learning international law from him. I was really happy to see General sir. I was glad to see Mr. Bade sir, and as a friend from WAPDA and ex-Business Commissioner. But it was very meaningful. I learned a lot. I sitting there was taking notes of every single word which was being said here. The historical aspect which Suhail said is very right. We have that history which Suhail shared with us. Whether it is Hindu or Sindhu, yes, we have been readers of those details in papers. Yes, that's right. It remained for a long time whether this civilization is Sindhu civilization or is it Hindu. Hindu, nothing to take of that religious aspect of that being a Hindu and a Muslim side. It had a different connotation and different meaning. But today's India and today's Pakistan, where are we heading? Ladies and gentlemen, we are two nuclear states. We are into the conflict. These are not very good times when we are interacting. The Treaty of Water has been abrogated, and they say that it has been, there is a debate whether it is terminated or is being held in abeyance or is just being thrown away by somebody thinking that he is almighty to do it. He can create a hegemony in this region. He can claim his superiority. He can talk unilaterally of what he wants and neighbors have to listen to that. This is what we are witnessing. We are living in the history today. It's a living history. It's not just what we had in the past. It's not what we will see in the future. This is what we are experiencing today at this moment. My sovereignty has been breached. They are hit with missiles into the heartland of my country. In 3 districts of Punjab, crossing the line of control, crossing international borders. We have civilian casualties, 35 dead people on our hands. Ladies and gentlemen, women and children, they wrecked the mosques. We are witnessing it. We have had a day of drones yesterday. Those casualties, as was reported by Dawn today, those were known they will fall down, but they just sent in number in tens. They were just over my airspace, reaching my international border, international space. They did it. It has happened. Do we need to rise to the occasion as a nation? Yes, we do. Is it our choice no longer to be part of the conflict? Ladies and gentlemen, not anymore. We are into the conflict. Do we have a professional armed force? Yes, we have. Do we have a national resolve? Yes, we have. Will we fight for what we own, what is due for us? We will. But as a matter of fact, what has just been discussed here, as a responsible nation, I must need to appreciate my leadership, national leadership, may it be political, may it be military. They have shown the restraint. This art of war is not just jumping into the fire. It has to be fought with a lot of calculations. I can endorse what MalikAhmadKhan-Official said. As a student of law, I know that treaties, as bilateral treaties, we are signatories of some international conventions of some treaties. And Vienna Convention is. We actually are regulated by certain conventions in international laws. One party cannot just get away by saying that I do not owe a responsibility to those international obligations. It would not be put into abeyance. We have diplomatic forums. Aggression is part of the India. Whether this treaty took away 3 rivers and gave me 3 rivers is no more point of discussion. Because I live on the riverbed which has no border. I live on the civilization. I've heard the story of my ancestors. They've been living there since more than 1,000 years. I know the details. I know what water means. I know that life is water. I'm living on a dry river. So I actually know what circle is, what river life is. Civilizations were built upon these rivers. Habitations were built near the water reservoirs. Because water is life. So these 3 rivers, whether the western ones had 80% of the water that Indus Commissioner has just told us is a good arrangement, and Pakistani side had made that. To me, it was information, it was not totally said how many million acre feet were given to me in that Indus Treaty in 1960, and how many million acre feet water was stocked into those eastern rivers. It was an anonymity. And thank you, Ibrahim Saab, during this dialogue. And I, as a responsible person who must be knowing it, got to know this detail just now. Thank you very much. So this is the importance of this dialogue. This is the importance of this resolution which you will pass today. As Ahmad Bilal Sufi Sahib has rightly said, that Ibrahim Saab, if this dialogue is over today, and as Shahid Saab just made us cognizant of a fact that they sent some papers to be printed in different languages. Those were not printed due to some political reasons. So you can have a podcast, you have a team of media influencers with you, you have a team of social media interns with you, you have a whole campus of 25,000 people. The message could be disseminated so loud that what is right and what is wrong. As a matter of fact, the problem which we had by not building dams and not having political consensus, first let me remind you of a fact that we here in Pakistan are having our own fears. And I was in fear of dissent. I just don't want to say what I have to say as Punjab. Because my history teaches me that I have been blamed in the last 70 years for creating the hegemony in the country. Yes, I have been blamed. Did I or did I? Do I have to or didn't I? And was this the case? History is the best judge. But I have to be conscious of the fact that I cannot just live with this blame. Either I spell it out or I respect the fear which a smaller province has, may it be a low riparian, in my case, as Punjab being the upper riparian, or may it be their political position in which they say that our water could be stored and channelized, as the engineer sir from Wabra just explained, that if there is an ill will, storing water will not help, but could making a channel and diverting it could be their malice. Yes, that is the case. It is there. This fear and anxiety is somebody right, that's a low riparian anxiety, and it is certified in law. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for me to understand whether Indus Water Treaty allows anybody to construct dams, I do take a moment to understand what Ahmad's said. There's one thing that is that treaty, and there are other jurisprudence of water built by the world, internationally established, and in which aquifer life is an important part, that water has to flow. So it's not just one stream which Pakistani side has to crop off. One is Indus Water Treaty, and second is those international water jurisdictions in which these eastern rivers might have their share. The water life doesn't get disturbed. That's again what I'm learning. So by meaning, I'm not here to lecture or advocate a simple cause. I'm here just to spell my concern. Ladies and gentlemen, these think tanks of your educational institutions are life of my nation. The resolve which you will give, the academia will give, the resolve which people sitting here like Jan Saab, like Dr. Israel Badash, like Indus Commissioner, like Engineer Saab, Ahmad Saab, and the members of the faculty, ladies and gentlemen, we are into the war. And a war which is being forced on us. We have to fight it. It is there. And if you think that the person with whom we are dealing, the Indian Prime Minister Modi, I can find no other relevance of this man sitting there with majority of his votes. Yes, he has those votes. I can relate him to the Nazi Germany. ये नस्ली इम्तियाज में छुपा एक ऐसा खौफनाक पहलू है जो हिंदुत्व की सोच के साथ इस रियासत में, इस खित्ते में अपनी बर्तरी साबित करने के लिए इस खित्ते के मुल्क को दौरे लगा है। हमें जंग में धकेल रहा है और हम इस मुश्किल में हैं। یہ کوئی بھی کسی صورت تسلیم نہیں کر سکتا کہ جو میرا حصے کا پانی ہے وہ روکے گا تو کیا میں اس کو برداشت کروں گا؟ ایسے بیٹھ کے کبھی نہیں کروں گا. کبھی میں تصور کر سکتا ہوں کہ میری 25 کروڑ عوام کی جو زندگی ہے اس کو کوئی چھیننے کی کوشش کرے گا تو ایسے چلا جائے گا. میری سوورینٹی کو بریچ کرے گا، میں اس کو اس کا جواب نہیں دوں گا. ممکن نہیں ہے. اس لیے ممکن نہیں ہے کہ میرا ریسٹرینٹ ایک تو ڈپلومیٹکلی جو اس نے کیا، میں دنیا کو دکھانا چاہتا تھا کہ پہلگام کا واقعہ بے بنیاد اور یہ فرسٹ انسیڈنٹ نہیں ہے، پلوامہ پر ایسے کیا. اور جس وقت بھی کوئی فالس فلیگ ریز کیا، کوئی کسی قسم کا ثبوت آج تک کسی کے سامنے نہیں ہے. کبھی کوئی شخص یہ تصور کر سکتا ہے، آپ سارے جورسٹ بھی ہیں، آپ کے لا اسٹوڈنٹس بھی ہیں، کیا کبھی کسی کو ہائپوتھیٹیکل اسمپشنز پہ آپ مجرم میں ڈال سکتے ہیں؟ کسی کے اوپر الزام لگا کر آپ کسی کورٹ آف لا میں یا کسی بھی ٹرائبیونل میں یا انکوائری میں آپ ثابت کر سکتے ہیں کہ یہ جو میں ان کے الزام لگا رہا ہوں یہ کانکریٹ ایویڈنس کے بغیر میں ان کو قابل سزا تصور کرتا ہوں؟ کبھی بھی کسی کو بھی اگر کوئی بینیفٹ آف ڈاؤٹ بھی ملتا ہے تو بھی اس پارٹی کو ملتا ہے. یہاں پر تو کوئی سرے سے ایک انچ ثبوت نہیں ہے، ایک ہلکا سا بھی. صرف کیا ہے وہ ہندوتوا کی سوچ. یورپ نے بھگتی ہے. آج ساؤتھ ایشین ریجن ان لوگوں نے وہ اس جنگ کی ہولناکی دیکھی نہیں ہوئی. آج کی لیڈرشپ is not aware. They have not witnessed it. They might have seen some films and read some books and seen some documentaries of it. پہلی لیڈرشپ میں تھوڑی بہت ریسٹرینٹ تھی. آج ریسٹرینٹ نظر نہیں آتی. میری لیڈرشپ یوکرین جو فلسطین میں اور اسرائیل کے درمیان کانفلکٹ ہے، جو ویسٹ کی اپروچ ہے، کچھ بات سوچیں کہ کیسا فرق نکلے گا یہاں پر. اگر یہ جنگ مسلط ہوئی تو یہ آپ نے لڑنی ہے اپنے مسلمان برادری کے ساتھ، افواج پاکستان نے لڑنی ہے، اس قوم کی مکمل حمایت کے ساتھ لڑنی ہے. آپ کے اس ریزولو کے بغیر میں مین آف ڈائلاگ. میں سہیل صاحب کی بات سے متفق ہوں کہ اس ایلیمنٹ شوڈ پریویل. یہ بات کہنے کے بعد لیکن ہمیں اس کی کوئی وجہ بھی نظر آنی چاہیے، کوئی ثبوت دلیل بھی ملنی چاہیے. پہلگام نو ایویڈنس، پلوامہ نو ایویڈنس، اٹ ہیز بین ڈن ٹوائس. یہ جو ایکٹ آف وار کے طور پہ ہم کہہ رہے ہیں کہ یہ آبی جارحیت ہے، یہ صرف کوئی ریٹرک نہیں ہے کہ انڈس واٹر پہ پانی اور جس میرے حق کو وہ کسی ٹریٹی کی بنیاد سمجھ کر روک رہے ہیں ہندوستان، تو میں یہ کہنے پہ حق بجانب ہوں کہ جیسے ہندوستان کو اور چین کا آپس میں شیئرڈ واٹر برہمپترا ہے اور 38% ہندوستان کے پانی کی ضرورت اسی اصول کے تحت جس کے تحت اس شیئرڈ واٹر کو میں پاکستان ہندوستان کے ساتھ استعمال کرتا ہوں اسی عالمی قانون اور ضابطے کے ساتھ جس کے تحت برہمپترا کا 38% پانی ہندوستان چین کے ساتھ شیئر کرتا ہے. وہی میرا حق ہے. اگر یہ اصول مجھ پر لاگو نہیں ہوتا تو کل کا میں نہیں کہتا کہ چین آج میری محبت میں لا کے ضرور وہ روکے گا، لیکن if this is breached then it will be breached not just what on this river and subset in states between the United States or in the European countries or in the countries those who share the waters far away across the sea from us. It could be just next door neighbor and it is with the China and India. It is the same principle we share the water. So once again, Ibrahim sir, thanking you for this dialogue which you have arranged and bringing in such an eminent, important issue, bringing these scholarly people together, bringing them to sit and talk and pass a resolution which is actually the say of the nation in fact. What do you listen? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.